American dialects. I have a video that we will discuss the American dialects maps. It talks about all of the 6 American dialects and how they speak it in their own way. Now let's play this one.
The United States has countless accents. Where did they all come from? American accents have been evolving for hundreds of years. While Americans sound very different today, here's where some of those iconic accents got their start. Let's start with New England, which would
now, as what you can see, there is a timeline of
first
this
U.S.
first
regions
New
to
England,
develop its own
where it starts
American
in
English accent. Today, a speaker from New England might say,
1600 to 1650
Is that your thing? You come to a bar, you read some obscure passage, and then pretend you pawn it off as your
on
own?
this part, on clips, it looks like they were rapping, but in reality, they were just talking in a moderate way.
Pretend you pawn it off as your own.
Okay.
for such a geographically small area, New York City certainly has a bunch of distinctive accents.
Now let's proceed to the New York.
But in general, its accents evolved from a mixture of its Dutch and English roots and numerous waves of immigration. A modern speaker from New York.
Now, a modern speaker from New York may
Modern
sound
speaker from
like
New York
this.
probably won't sound like what you hear in the movies.
Hey, I'm walking here.
They usually
They're more likely to say,
text as
Deep
yelling,
dish
but
pizza
in
is
reality
not only
they're
not
just
better than New York
talking.
pizza.
It is their
It's
way
not
of
pizza.
speaking English. Now let's move to the
New York's
Delaware.
New Jerseyan
Our
and
River
Pennsylvanian
Valley.
neighbors sounded quite different. Nowadays, someone from Philly might say,
We're your regular family. We watch the Phillies on TV. We go down to the Jersey Shore. But when we want great hoagies, discount prices on beer, and a great atmosphere, we go to Lee's Hoagies and worship together.
let's take a look at what went on down south.
The
The southern coast of the United States has a variety of different accents. One, for example, is Southern Coastal
Coast.
White.
What concerns me about the American press
Now,
is this
in this
endless
those
attempt
peoples were
to
well
label the guy
mannered. The
as some
stress
kind of
of
kook.
each words are in
Other southern dialects
people,
preserve some of the original remnants to this day.
They come over here
and they enumerate the words correctly. Now let's
They
proceed to the
come over here,
African American.
gather oysters and clam and go fishing because they're right down the road. They're right in Brunswick or Savannah or
Now, this
Jacksonville.
is usually
Much
an
later,
American,
a wave of
an
African Americans migrated from the
African-American
American South
usually
to urban centers
speaks.
in the North, mixing their accents together.
Now,
Kid from
in
New York
this
City, I'm here from
part,
Brooklyn, and my
some
aunt, God
of
bless
the
her soul,
language were
she had a- she
mixed
used to always take me
because
to
of the
to
spreading
Rockettes, you know,
of
Easter, the Easter
different
show and the Christmas show.
cultures, different countries,
The Ulster
different
Scots
people
had a
of this
significant influence
American
on many
dialect.
American dialects in the South and the West. Most of the original accent has disappeared, and today, an American from Tennessee might sound like this.
Now, I am just who I am. I'm not always nice. I choose to be good. I choose to have a good attitude because
Now,
I want
in this
people to know I am a girl
part,
of many
it's
colors.
way of
The Midwest has
shaggy,
many
or
diverse
the American
accents.
speaker looks like
As the
a
Appalachian
shaggy one.
settlers headed west, their accents joined with speech patterns from the North. Today, a speaker from the Great Lakes might say,
I was born in the middle of the century, in the middle of the country. A classic baby boomer.
or more famously,
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack
Now,
of cigarettes.
we
It's dark,
Usually,
and we're wearing sunglasses.
listen to this
while
one,
another from
and
Wisconsin,
most of the
Minnesota, the
American or Hollywood
Dakotas might
movies.
say,
If either of these men draw, I'm going to be forced to shoot some people, and I don't want to do that.
down in Texas, a very distinct accent developed. The famous Texan accent that we all know from movies
He shot and killed a state senator named Bibbs in Waco, Texas.
No,
has started
that
to
one is
level
very
out.
gloomy in
Visitors
how
to big
he
cities
speak.
like Houston might be surprised to hear something
Very
more like,
articulate,
Thank you
very
to everyone who worked
accurate.
so hard to beautifully capture the profundity of deep Southern culture.
last but not least,
We have
is
the
the West Coast,
California.
which which had a very different mix of immigrants compared to the East Coast. California doesn't come close to having one distinct accent. A modern-day speaker might sound like,
He woke up the next morning on his actual birthday, and I told him I wanted to take him somewhere to lunch for his birthday.
or
What's so powerful about this novel is everyone has their own interpretation of these characters.
Likely the normal English
these
speaker.
are just a handful of American accents, and they're all still evolving as we speak. We'll have to check back in a century or so and see what happens next.
Now, I know that it's very hard to locate or what type of an American English speaker or dialect, but because it covers a lot of people, a lot of countries, a lot of cultures, a lot of everything, it's very hard. But one thing we can assure, they only speak one English, and it is English, our universal language. Now I think this is
What happens next?
the last part of my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so thank you for listening to my presentation, and special thanks to my instructor, Ma'am Vilita PBN, my English instructor in ELS 100 History of English Language, and I am your dearest student, Hazel D. Gloria. And that's all. Thank you. That's a long discussion indeed. I hope you enjoy and learn something. Never forget that the limits of our language means the limits of our world. So let's keep learning in English day by day, because if I can do it, you can do it. So that's enough for today's video, guys. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.